So he's taking more shots outside of the paint, which will also tend to drop that field goal percentage.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Boston. And then for Los Angeles, Mbah a Moute's checked in for Speights. Redick comes in for Rudy Gay. That's Felton in for Jamal Crawford.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Green. Horford dishes to Green. To the paint. Here's Smart. The shot no good. Good work defensively by Paul.
You know, talking about Griffin, now that he has confidence in his mid-range, Jay, I think he needs to do two things. One, get it to where it's automatic, especially in clutch situations. And two, keep developing confidence from the three-point line. The last few weeks, you see how Boston stacks up. 6th in blocks, 6th in opponent shooting percentage. And they also rank right there in the top 10 in fast break points. I mean, this is a really good transition team. They love to operate in the open court.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Johnson comes in for Al Horford. And it's Mickey in for Green. Now here's Smart, guarded closely. Brown wide open, he fires. Good, and Smart gets the assist. And it's 9 points for Champ. Los Angeles leading by 5. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Crowder, the pass to Smart. Mbah a Moute with the steal. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They get it back. Felton. Johnson with the block. They recover it. Rivers kicks to Redick. Goes up again, and he gets the bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Here's Crowder, and he gets it to go. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he...
You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertical.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
It really is. And you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
We got Jay Crowder. Brown out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's Green, and it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You take a look at the Warriors. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time. Sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And checking out the Clippers, just need to take it a game at a time.
And when you look at the Clippers, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Crawford drives in, and it's blocked by Brown. They recover it. Here's Paul. Second shot opportunity. And the basket good.
No way.
Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Thomas inside, defended by Paul. Deflects the pass, and stolen by Speights. Pass to Paul. He dishes it to Crawford. Clippers moving the ball around. Paul kicks to Spates, and it's sent back by Horford.
Nice block. He wasn't really in the greatest
Outside
position
Thomas.
for it,
Over in the corner, Green. No good
Wide
from
open.
outside. Clippers leading by 5.
so no excuse.
Crawford dishes to Mba Amuta, and it's blocked by Brown. The feed to Green. Nice move. No good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Here is Mbamute. Missed it, even after all those chances. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the
Not
#1
doing
seed
good
in
on
the Eastern
offense.
Conference.
And
Defense
for
is
all the
doing
team
good.
accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford
Except for
was
that.
able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Getting really hungry.
Brown the pass to Crowder.
Playing now to exit out.
Mba Amuche with the steal. Ball
Enough time, I
outside.
think I'll put out. And,
Down low.
well, we'll see. Probably gonna fall apart soon.
Here's Gay, and he banks in the layup. And now it's a
Probably won't even keep
9-point
this
Clipper
game.
lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Clippers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Oh,
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
Greg, you were talking about Isaiah Thomas. He had no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared him down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench, man. He had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers bring that kind of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return visit.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mickey's checked in for Horford. Johnson comes in for Jay Crowder. And Jerebko is subbed in for Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Doc Rivers address his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Gay. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. J.J. Redick's checked in for Chris Paul. Just 5 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Thomas goes in, and Griffin sends it back.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part.
that was
And I'm not
horrible.
talking about
They
leaving
put a
college.
shot
Yeah,
back
I
in
know
the
you're
turn
not.
one.
That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Brown against Redick. Pass to Mickey. Thomas gets a wide open look. Drills it from outside. Thomas got 6.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
He's gonna
There's a
get
whistle, and
fouled.
it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Rivers, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Here's Felton. No luck. Excellent D from Thomas.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Thomas with another miss. Clippers leading by 7. Felton kicks to Redick. He feeds it to Spates. Thomas against Rivers. The rebound by Johnson.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And Thomas, here we go. Out to the wing. Here's Mickey, guarded by Spates. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Zeller, he's...
Zeller. Why would they put you in?
checked in for Johnson. Bradley comes in for Urebko. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And it's Rozier in for Isaiah Thomas. It's blocked, and it goes on a bounds. That one is off Zeller. And here is Los Angeles now. They've led by as much as 10. Good on the shot.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. Master at it.
Here's Smart. And so we conclude the...
Yes, Kevin,
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I'll just skip through this and then pause.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
I'll cancel, stream, and then come back.